Hello, this is Dr. Don Ibbotson with Above and Beyond Counseling Center. In this video, I'm going to look at what we can learn about demons from Job. The reality is this, the true answer is this, not much, not a lot. Why? Because the rules have changed. The scenarios have changed from Job's time until now. Let's look first of all at the book of Job. Very, very brief, high-level synopsis. We know that Job was a very righteous man, the most righteous man on earth. Satan himself went before God's throne and got permission to torment him. And we know what happened. Job lost his family, pretty much everybody except his wife. He lost his possessions, and he was physically afflicted. We know that his friends came alongside and spent time counseling him, and Job spent a lot of time lamenting what was going on and asking for an audience before God. But in the end, we know that God ultimately restored all that he had lost, including, and in fact, much more. And this is an important distinction. Job never did get an understanding. He never was revealed to him by God how or why this attack from Satan happened. The Old Testament view and understanding we have is that after the time of Adam, of course, and before Jesus' death and resurrection on the cross, that Satan did indeed have dominion over the earth. Job was not aware of the source of attacks, but once again, we know and see that God did allow it to happen upon Job. And this is important, he had no real revelation of the presence of God with him, and he was really dependent upon the Lord to save him. And of course, we understand the laments that he had and the concerns of really wanting his day in court, if you like, to have God explain to him why this was happening. So he was very dependent on the Lord. Under the New Testament, we understand this came from Jesus himself. In John 10:10, he said, "The thief, the demonic kingdom, comes only to kill, steal, and destroy. I've come that they," meaning us, "may have life and have it to the full." So we understand that on the cross, and this is important, Jesus defeated Satan and the demonic realm on the cross. So the victory was won, but the warfare is still ongoing. We understand that for deliverance, for resisting devils, and so on. There's still warfare going on, and the important distinction now is that unlike Job, we as believers have power and authority over the demonic realm, and as part of that, and part and parcel, is because of the fact of the Spirit of God that indwells us. Okay, Job did not have that. We need to view all the teachings, the Old Testament teachings and revelation that we get, that it's there in the Old Testament, through the window or the lens of the New Covenant. It's important. We're on the other side of the cross, so we need to look at what Job went through and say, how does that apply to us today? Because we are under the New Covenant. And the reality is, some of the things that happen there, and some of the things we might try to learn about the demonic realm, do not apply to us. All demonic torment, including sickness, is allowed by God, but does not mean he wants it for us. See, so that hasn't changed. God still does allow demonic torment and sickness in our lives. The reality, though, and this is different, we have, as believers, power and authority for healing, but also to drive out, discern, and resist demons. How should we respond with that revelation? Well, first of all, we need to believe it, we need to take a hold of it, and walk in the power and the authority we have been given to discern spirits. That's a spiritual gift. Resist them, talks about that in the book of James, submitting to God, resisting the devil so they'll flee. Drive out demons, that's deliverance ministry. And then in Matthew 16:19, there's a realm of binding and loosing. We have the ability to bind up demonic spirits and loose the Holy Spirit upon people. So that's how we should respond. It's important. We need to recognize and know, because of the victory, we are conquerors, we're not victims, but we must persevere as Job did. Hope that video and those insights were helpful to you. Walk in victory.